Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. MiniMax finally did the thing a lot of us have been waiting on. The team behind Halo, whose video models have been locked behind an API this whole time, released the weights to their newest one out in the open. It's called H3, and it's the first video model from them you can actually download and run yourself. H3 is a 33 billion parameter model that writes the picture and the sound in the same pass. Dialogue, sound effects, background music, all of it comes out as stereo audio locked to the frames from the same model at the same time, not stitched on afterward by a second one. If you've ever made a clip you liked and then burned another 20 minutes hunting for audio that fit it, you know why that matters. You're looking at 24 frames a second, clips up to about 15 seconds, and resolution up to 2K. Now the catch. 33 billion parameters plus a 32 billion parameter text encoder means this thing is heavy, and a quick warning on the GGF versions because that's where a lot of you go for low VRAM. From what I've been reading, the quality drop on the GGF quants of this model is a lot rougher than we're used to, and you don't see many people using them because of it. The quantized int8 version is what you want, and that's what we're running today. I'm going to show you how to get the workflow set up, where to grab every model and which folder it goes in, how to prompt this thing properly, and how to speed it up. But for the actual generating, I'm switching to a cloud GPU on RunPod to get an RTX 4090 with 24 GB of VRAM because my machine here has 6 and it won't be able to handle this kind of model locally. Real quick, before we start. Normally this is where I'd hand you a one-click installer, and I don't have one for this, because H3 isn't a model most people will run comfortably on a desktop yet. What I do have is everything else. My Patreon has a whole library of one-click Windows installers and ComfyUI workflows for image, video, text, and text-to-speech. And if you'd rather buy one on its own, every installer is sold individually over on my website, locallabdigest.com, where I also post open-source AI news and write these tutorials up as full guides. Both links are in the description. Do me a favor and hit that like button and smash subscribe so you don't miss out on more great AI content. For the most part, I know a lot of you already have ComfyUI installed and are familiar with how it works. If you're starting fresh, you can just grab the portable Windows version directly from the ComfyUI GitHub repository. One thing though, make sure ComfyUI is updated to the latest version, because native H3 support was merged the same day the model dropped and the workflow won't load on anything older. You will also need the ComfyUI manager, as that is essential for fetching all the specific nodes we are using today. If you need a thorough step-by-step guide on getting the base software running, you can look back at some of my previous ComfyUI videos where I walk through that exact setup process. Before you start ComfyUI up, get your models downloaded. There are 4, and I've got every one of them organized on the free section of my Patreon post linked below, with a direct link and the exact folder each one belongs in. You need the pruned int8 diffusion model, the Qwen3 VL text encoder, and 2 VAEs. And pay attention to that last part because it's where people get stuck. There are 2 VAEs, one for video and one for audio, and both are required. If either one is missing, the workflow just errors out. That's the trade-off for a model that generates picture and sound together. Once those are in place, start ComfyUI, load the workflow, then go to the manager in the top right and hit Install Missing Custom Nodes. Install whatever comes up one at a time. H3 was supported on launch day, so most of this is already native, and you're only pulling in a handful of extras. Restart when it's done and refresh your browser. Now I have to switch over to RunPod, since my machine only has 6 GB of VRAM. I'm running an RTX 4090 with 24 GB of VRAM and 31 GB of system RAM, using my own MiniMax H3 template so everything installs and downloads by itself. You just go to Pods, pick your GPU, make sure the local lab MiniMax H3 template is selected, set your volume disk, and hit deploy. Give it 5 to 15 minutes and click through to ComfyUI when it goes green. And here's the most important thing I can tell you about running this model. Your system RAM matters as much as your VRAM. During generation, this thing streams through RAM and can sit around 50 gigabytes, which is more than most people have. The only reason my 31 RunPod works is the memory cleanup nodes built into this workflow, which bring it down to about 30. So do not delete those nodes because they look like clutter. They are the difference between this running and this throwing an out-of-memory error. The workflow itself is simpler than it looks. The main subgraph node in the middle is where you type your prompt, pick your models, and set your duration, and that's most of what you'll ever touch. It handles both text to video and image to video, and you switch between them with the fast group bypasser on the left. Just make sure image to video is off when you're only doing text to video. Under that is the resolution selector. Use it instead of typing in your own numbers, because H3 is picky about size and everything has to land on a multiple of 32. Start at the 0.5 megapixel preview, confirm your prompt is doing what you want, then raise it for the final render. The higher you go, the longer you wait, and it scales up fast. Below that is where your reference images go. This workflow is built around first and last frame mode, which you can see on the subgraph node itself. Give it a starting image and it develops forward from there. Give it both a start and an end image and it builds the motion connecting them, which is how you get clean transformation shots. When your generation finishes, it lands in the first video combine node, and that same output also runs through the RTX video super resolution node for a quick upscale into the second one. So you get both versions from a single run. Let's talk prompting, because H3 won't respond to the kind of short prompt you'd throw at an image model. The MiniMax team released their own prompt writing guides for this. I've linked them below, and honestly I'd feed one to an AI model and have it draft your prompts for you. The structure is 3 labeled parts in one block. First is the integrated multimodal description, the main body. You open with shot 1, state your style up front, something like live action or cinematic, then describe the framing, the subject, what they're doing, and how the camera moves. Camera motion has its own vocabulary in the guide, things like push in, pan right, or tracking shot, and you can attach a speed to it. If someone speaks, you tag them as speaker 1 and put their actual words in the dialogue markers. Second is the overall soundscape, a couple of sentences on ambient sound and physical noises, footsteps, rain, that kind of thing. And third is the non-diegetic music, the background score only the audience hears, described by instrument and tempo. Keep those last two separate because anything the characters can actually hear belongs up in the description. So now that we have our prompt, I'll run a quick text-to-video test to illustrate the output. Using a quantized int8 model with a 9-second video, this should take about 10 to 20 minutes. Now it's done. Although it says 5 minutes, the wait felt a bit longer due to the upscaling and decoding process. Aside from that, the output turned out pretty good. Last thing, the turbo LoRAs, and this is where the speed comes from. Out of the box, this runs at 20 steps. There are 2 community turbo LoRAs that take you down to 4 to 8, which is roughly 4 times faster, and both keep the native audio. The LightX2V loads with a standard LoRa loader and needs nothing extra. The Larryvrh H1 needs its own node pack that swaps in its own loader and sampler, which is why it comes as a separate workflow file. Leave the strength at 1 and tune the steps instead. 4 is genuinely usable on the Larryvrh version. 6 is the safe default for either, and go to 8 if your audio matters, because at the lowest step counts the audio degrades before the picture does. And that's MiniMax H3 with native audio. What sells it for me isn't any one number, it's that the sound comes out of the same model as the picture, already in sync on the first try. We haven't had that on the open side before. If you want to skip the setup, the RunPod template I used is linked below and installs everything on its own, along with both workflow posts and the prompt guides. And for everything else I build, there's a full library of one-click installers and workflows on my Patreon, all sold individually over on Local Lab Digest. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.